Hello, hello, Aldwyn Altuney here. It is with great pleasure that I introduce an amazing guest today. Her name is Melissa Groom, and we have so much in common. It is absolutely insane, and we'll share some of that with you today. Unbelievable. We were having a chat the other day. Apart from being both Queensland leaders of Speakers Tribe Queensland, we have an amazing history in Sydney and Canberra where we could easily have crossed paths. However, we didn't. We have crossed paths here in Queensland. It's quite uncanny, our similarities from our backgrounds, and what we do today even is quite similar too, in that we're both helping people get their message to the masses in some way. And today with Melissa, now she has an amazing community herself. She does 30-day challenges online, and we're going to chat today about how to become a top influencer with your own web TV show. Hello and welcome, Melissa.
Hello, Aldwyn. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. I must say I was blown away. We got chatting the other day and we talked about how we crossed paths in, we'd been in Northern Beaches area of Sydney and we'd been in Canberra around the same time. And here we are at Queensland and you're in Northern New South Wales. And here we are doing what we're doing, and both ended up being volunteer leaders with Speakers Tribe Queensland. I mean, what are the chances of all that, Melissa?
No, I used to be at the Manly Leagues Club, in the gym, same as me. But no, I never lived in Canberra. I was accepted into Canberra University to do journalism, which I didn't pursue, which you did. But
Yes.
as I said, now we've both found ourselves in the same spot, which is helping people share their story, because let's face it, there's so much yucky stuff out there and fake news and lies. So Aldwyn and I just want to share positivity and good news and more love and light in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is uncanny because I ended up doing a BA in communications, majoring in media at Canberra University from 92 to 94. And what was the year that you were accepted into journalism?
1990.
There you go, 1990. And I was sponsored by Manly Leagues Club in Sydney for table tennis and used to go there all the time. It's bizarre. We both used to go to DY Library to study. Can you imagine? We're probably there studying at the same time, probably researching the same kind of books. It is bizarre, absolutely bizarre. But there you go. That's a little bit of background. So now the work that you do now, Melissa, I know you have a huge following online, which is very exciting. And, a lot of people think that they've got to be really experienced to put themselves out, whether it's doing an online, TV show or to put themselves out in the media at all. A lot of people just do not have confidence in themselves. So what do you say to your clients who have that challenge?
Well, I think the people that are saying they're lacking in confidence, there's a valid reason there, and that is because they're lacking experience in being in front of the camera, whether that's the webcam or the mobile phone or a professional camera. So everybody just expects that, if they just turn on the camera, they're going to look amazing, and it's and then they stress out because they get tongue tied, they're all stiff and robotic, they lose their train of thought, they say all the time, and that's totally normal. And when
Yes.
my very first video, it was for the launch of Toddlers to Teens TV, which was my web TV show I launched in 2010. And I didn't prepare. I just thought I'll just get on and say what I want to say, and that'll be it. But I had all day to plan that video while the kids were at school. But I actually avoided the laptop and I cleaned the house from top to toe. And then I looked at the clock and I said, oh my gosh, it's 10 to 3 and I haven't done that video. So I quickly got in front of the camera, and it's so funny looking back at it now because I've got my head on the side. I always used to talk with my head on the side. I don't know why. And but as I walked towards the laptop, I can vividly remember my heart just palpitating out of my chest. I was sweating profusely, not because it was summer, it was summer, but I just couldn't believe that I felt that I was confident speaking to people, not as a public speaker or anything like that, but in front of family and friends. And I was just so nervous and tongue-tied and stuffed it all up. So Anyway, I ended up launching the show without ever having done a video and putting it out there. So, it just goes to show I didn't plan that I was going to be a top influencer. That's not where it all started, but it ended up growing my profile and the other 8 women who were on our panel of experts. So I just want everyone to know that if you've got something in your heart, it's really important. We've gone through our life lessons and our experiences for a reason. We have wisdom, knowledge, life experience. We may not necessarily have university degrees, but we may as well. But all of that information is what should give you the confidence. And then the confidence in front of the camera will come with practice and practice and practice and practice. Just like we can't expect to get in on roller skates and just, fly around the roller skating rink.
Exactly. Yeah. And everyone who's good at anything now was bad at it once, right? So don't let perfection get in the way of progress, right? Now, if you do Toastmasters training, they will actually count your ums and ahs. I did 3 years of Toastmasters, and let me tell you, there were many, many ums and ahs that they counted in that time. And I still say ums and ahs. So don't stress about it. Just enjoy it.
I'm not picking on anyone here, but if you watch 60 Minutes, which I sat down and I watched 60 Minutes maybe last year just to, have a look at how they were doing their interviews, and they were saying a lot. I mean, it actually, it was this year and it was during the bushfires, and I think I'd be saying a lot too when you're like, is the fire coming up towards me? Like, that's the situation they were in. So it is real. We don't expect people to be a perfect, polished TV presenter. In fact, I really caught my girlfriend out a few years ago when she said, Mel, I'm thinking about going to NIDA. And I was like, what for? Like, you've never wanted to do acting before? She says, oh, no, just to get confident in front of the camera. And I was like, are you serious? Like, you don't need that.
Yes, and NIDA is very hard to get into for anyone that knows the acting world. It's a very prestigious academy, National Institute of Dramatic Arts in Sydney. And that's the thing. Yeah, you do not need that kind of formal professional training. The thing is now, I do believe that authenticity is the new currency when it comes to sharing your message and sharing online. Of course, there is some technology you need to know. You need to know how to use a smartphone to be able to do video. You don't need really complex equipment nowadays to do your own web TV show, right, Melissa?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Look, if your clients are big corporates, then I'd suggest that you hire a videographer. And yes, you do that. But if your audience are mums and dads or other small business owners, like you look at YouTube, there's a different level of expertise that's expected on that platform. I think over and above, what people see on Facebook and expect on Facebook. But they're not saying that you can't have a space on that platform if you're using your mobile phone, because the iPhone 11 now films in 4K cinematic quality. So, little things that you can do with lights. Sorry, I don't have my mic plugged in, but, the backgrounds, how you present yourself, your lighting, your audio, all that sort of stuff is what's going to matter. And, of course, the content and how you're delivering it.
Yes, absolutely.
Eye contact, not looking down at yourself on the phone, but looking at the camera.
Yes, absolutely. Looking straight into the camera. And that brings me to a point now. My first TV experience in a studio when I was 11 years of age, it was on Cartoon Connection on Channel 7 in Sydney. And I remember being in the studio, and there was only about 20 people in the studio. And I remember this massive camera in the studio. And the TV host turned down to me, because I was a bit shorter than her at the time, and said, don't think about the 2 million people watching this right now. And so I absolutely freaked. All I could see in that camera lens was 2 million people watching this. And I think I stared at that camera as much as it was staring at me. I was staring back at it, and I completely froze. It was the worst interview. However, what we did do well, what's really important with TV and with online video is to have great visuals. And of course, you don't need this, as you say, unless you're going to corporates or you want to do professional production. But we had a table tennis table in the studio, and my brother and I, we were just going forehand to forehand. We just kept that ball on the table. I mean, I was so scared of getting in front of the camera again, looking at that camera. I just kept that focusing on that ball, and it was hilarious. So it just goes to show, we all have things where we're competent and we don't realize we're competent. To other people, it could really wow them. And so part of sharing your story is to share some of that, is to get that you are amazing. Your X factor is your story, and people want to hear it.
Yes. And like I'll just say to people, if you want to get confident in front of the camera, what I first did when I started was interview other people. And that way you just get used to knowing where to look, what buttons to press. And after you've done so many interviews, it just becomes second nature, and you realize that, it's not that difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Melissa, so we know you're a mum. So can you share a little bit about your background? We know you're ex-Sydney. So just share a little bit about your background and what it was that brought you to this path. You mentioned the show that you started 10 years ago. Just a little bit of background so people get to know you a little bit.
Well, I grew up mainly on the northern beaches in Sydney. So I did have a break between 7 and 14 where I sort of went out northern New South Wales. Well, not northern New South Wales, but north of Sydney, I mean. So I've known the northern beaches most of my life, but 15 years ago my marriage ended, and I just got in the car and I drove up to Kingscliff and fell in love with the place. And I met my new partner there, Glenn, and he had triplets who were 30 in November.
Wow.
And I had three kids under 7. And I was actually retrained as a mortgage broker after having not worked for 7 years. So, I tried to go out to work with 3 kids, but I found that, loans had to be put in at, by 5 o'clock was the deadline, but the kids wanted me at 3 o'clock, and, it didn't work out. So I was really looking for a way where I could work from home, especially because my eldest son was needing a kidney transplant, and I knew that I would need to be there for him sort of long term. And that's when I Googled how to start an online business and bought a course, and then got into video marketing, because I was told in 2009, whatever business you do, make sure that you know how to do video marketing, because otherwise you're going to really struggle and have to pay for your advertising. So I thought, well, that sounds fun. And I just didn't know what business I was going to do until we went up to Ronald McDonald House, and my son asked if he could do a YouTube channel to do Toy Story reviews. So he started that channel, and then in a matter of weeks, he comes running in going, "Mom, check out this kid in America. He's doing a shout out for me, and another one in the UK." And I'm like, I need to look at this YouTube. I need to work out what this is. And I stumbled across Gary V doing Wine Library TV, and I thought, there's something with this, but I just don't know what. And then after speaking with all the parents who were up there at Ronald McDonald House, away from their family and friends, isolated as I was, I thought, how can I help these parents? There must be something that I can do. And I thought, I'll start a parenting TV show. I don't know what I was thinking. No experience in film, TV, presenting, anything. Wasn't an expert in anything, and putting together a parenting TV show. But I jumped on LinkedIn, and I put a call out on LinkedIn looking for experts. And I was honest with them. I said, I have never done this before. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I just know that we're going to work it out as we go. And they trusted me, and we did 8 videos every week, Monday night, 7:30 p.m. We pre-scheduled the videos because we didn't have Facebook Live back then, and we put out 450 videos in 2 years. And then I sold the show and was a guest on the panel for the next 12 months. And so anyone can do it if you have the willingness to give things a try. Maybe build a team eventually.
Yes.
There's a lot to it, but you don't have to have 8 people on your panel of experts either. You could just do yourself or do interviews. There's multiple ways you could have a TV show. There's no one size fits all, and that's why when I work with my clients, we really figure out your strengths, your weaknesses, your resources, your budget, your time, and all of that, because there's so many variables that you can have with your web TV show.
Absolutely. And video is just so powerful. You know, I actually come from a, traditional media background, did the media degree, worked in TV, radio, print for years. And my goodness, the whole world of the media has changed so much in the last 15 years, particularly since social media came about in the last, 20 odd years. I mean, 2004 is when Facebook started. That's only 16 years ago. And now we have, out of the 7.8 billion people on the planet, we have 3.8 billion active social media users. So now we're seeing so many more web TV shows, so many more podcasts, and it's phenomenal how easy it is now to put video content out compared to how it used to be when you used to have all this really expensive equipment. Now we all have an amazing camera in our hands. And I must say, coming from the film photography days as well, I resisted digital cameras for years. I was like, no, film is the best. They're never going to be able to replicate the skin quality and etc. However, now I tell you what, I am blown away. I have a Samsung Note 10 and I'm blown away by the quality of that camera that comes with that $2,000 smartphone, right? Compared to a $2,000 SLR camera, it is phenomenal how amazing the equipment is now just in your smartphone. So there's no excuses not to do this effectively. And one really big tip I can give people with video is to make sure that your camera is still, ideally, right? Now, if you're doing Facebook Lives out and about and you're holding it up, you're going to get some shake, right? Even with a selfie stick, you're going to get some shake in your video. It is very annoying for a viewer to watch shaky video. So ideally, you want to make sure that you have a still platform. Now, today we are going to share some tips, and this is going to give you some of her hot tips on how to be a top influencer with your own web TV show. So, Melissa, what are some of your hot secret tips here that we can reveal? And if you're watching this live now on Facebook or YouTube, if you have any questions or comments, please pop them into the chat and we can share them on the live event. We'll be going for about another 40-something minutes.
Okay, so number one, I think people have to really identify what's the one thing that they want to be known for. So, there's no point having a TV show and it's just like a fluffy name that people don't even really know why they're going there, But look, for instance, Aldwyn is the media queen. You do the good news. You've got a number of shows.
Yeah, started the Global Good News Challenge in June in the midst of COVID. So that's all about inspiring good news. And I have Media Queen TV. So my branding is Media Queen. Media Queen TV is my YouTube channel. And I'm all about inspiring more truth and good news through the media. That's what I stand for.
Yeah, so really think about if you were going to be called by the media, they were looking for an expert. What is the one thing that you want to be known for? Now, some of us already know this because we're a specialist already and we're a consultant, which we've been for many years, or we've been speaking for many years on that particular topic, or we're an author on a particular topic. But for other small business owners who haven't identified this yet, like I work with a lot of people and they're like, well, I'm a naturopath. I'm like, well, can you just please identify one thing you want to be known for? If you do really well, obviously they're going to bring their friends and family to you for other reasons. But there's one lady that I know that does a show on a Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. while most people are just waking up. And it's called The Living Lighter Show. Sally Tebow, I'll give her a bit of a shout out. Now, what is Sally known for? She's there to help people to shed weight, So it's very clear why you're going to watch that, and she gives you tips on, it's all to do with your mindset and stuff like that. So number one is dig deep. Don't be scared to, narrow down. And that's why, Aldwyn's the media queen. You want to be in the media, you go and watch the Media Queen TV for her tips that she shares. Now, number two is be consistent and show up at the same day and the same time every week. So you're better off doing one quality video a week than trying to be on video every single day, because you know what will happen, even though you might think, well, for example, if someone's got 5,000 friends, they're not necessarily going to see you in the newsfeed every day. But for a lot of people, they're going to see the same stuff in their newsfeed every day, and it all looks the same. So what you want to try and do is build a tribe of followers who know that on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. they get on their couch or their mobile phone, because 80% of people watch social media from their mobile device. Well, in my demographic, they do, mums in business. So you want to catch them 7:30, 8 o'clock prime time, and show up at that particular time. Now, if you're doing a live show, for instance, and you're like, something's happened, or I've got to go to a wedding, I'm going to be away on holidays, then pre-record it and use the Creator Studio to schedule it in as a premiere video so that it comes out as if it is live. Because it does matter to people. You might think, oh, it doesn't matter if I don't show up, no one will care. That's how you lose your audience. People will quickly just go, well, I'll find someone else to follow. But if you want to build that loyal, trusted following, same day, same time, every single week. Okay. Number 4, I haven't got these written down because I'm just going off the top of my head.
Just on that point, just before we get to number 4, now that is a really good point about same bat time, same bat channel, right? Just like in Batman. And I must say, Melissa, I have not been doing that, and I think it's actually a great idea to do it. I've been doing different times of interviews, etc. I think, though, having one time a week is great. I know a lot of people do things on a Monday morning, and I find a lot of clashing events often on a Monday morning with people giving business tips. So what are some...
Monday, I try not to do anything on social media.
Right, and same with me. I take Monday off usually. I have a family day on Monday. So you mentioned prime time being 7:30 to 8 p.m. for your demographic. Now, I know also at night time that the internet tends to slow down because a lot of people are on the internet. So if you're going to be live streaming, you need to think about internet streaming and quality of internet as well. So that's another consideration to make. So I guess, it's an interesting one that, what is the ideal time if you're going to do one time a week? What is the ideal time? Do you have some tips for people who might have a different demographic? What do you suggest?
Well, my clients always say to me, Mel, when is the ideal time to be doing your web TV show? And the ideal time is when it suits you. Because if you try and fit in and you're trying to do an audience overseas, but, it's 3 o'clock in the morning for you or 6 o'clock in the morning for you and you're dragging yourself out of bed, that's not going to work. So you do have to think about your demographic because... Look, I know some of mine might be on at 10 a.m. I do a lot of webinars or interviews with experts at 10 a.m. because, mums drop their kids at school and then they can come and, maybe watch it. But the truth is, statistically, 80% of people will watch the replay of a live anyway. Unless you can train them to come, and that's what I suggest is set up Facebook events. When you're first doing your show, set up Facebook events for the first 3 months and train your people to come over and watch you. Even reward them for coming and being live with you. Like we did the Name of Wheels the other day and we had lots of prizes. There's so many fun things you can do to entice people because it's one thing to go live, but, the algorithm, the way it works, they want engagement. So to have engagement, we need to be asking questions. Where are you tuning in from? Let us know down below. Tell us what is your biggest challenge around doing videos, or if you were going to do a web TV show, what would it be? Put it down below. So you have to interact, even if you were pre-recording a video and knowing it's going to be going out, encouraging people to make these comments and then go back to those comments and answer people.
Yes, that is a hot tip, Melissa. And for those watching right now, I've seen quite a few people watching this right now. So please pop in the comments. Where are you coming to us from and what web TV show ideas do you have, or do you have a show currently? Please pop into the chat and I'd love to share your comments on the live stream. So this is your chance to step up and be seen and heard here on the live interview with Melissa. Fantastic tips so far, Melissa. Thank you. Oh, Denna, I'm watching. I'm engaged. I'm watching from the Gold Coast. Good on you, Denna. I'm going to pop your comment. Thank you for being our first amazing commenter from Coin Extraordinaire, Denna. Amazing. And Melissa and I both in Coin. If you don't know about Coin, then speak to Denna. She's your lady. Thank you so much, Denna. Thanks for your support sharing this live stream today as well. Back to you,
Okay,
Melissa.
what TV show, what type of content do you put on your show? That's one of the other questions people come up with. So obviously, if you want to be a top influencer, you need to be educating people with the latest up-to-date information that's relevant to them. So that could be changes in your industry, updates in the new technology or software, and then also looking at about what is going on in the world and how it's affecting your business and how you are learning to, you know, adapt with the current climate, with whatever's going on. People are seeking your opinion, so you need to not be afraid of being judged. You know, you will be not liked by some people. In fact, the more visible you are, the more likely that there's going to be people who don't agree with you. But you've got to get thick skin, don't you, Aldwyn? And you just got to stay true to who you are and share what is, you know, right and true for you. So
Absolutely.
the other thing I wanted to say is, other than be an expert and an educator, so important is be a person. Be a real person. You know, share your, you know, like Aldwyn and I came on, we weren't like sitting up all like this, like TV presenters and just coming on to do a expert, you know, Facebook Live interview. So, you know, we're both real people, and you've got to just be conversational, you know, and share some things, like not everything. Like I keep a lot of things private. I share a lot too on social media, things that I think will be inspiring for other people. But there's definitely some things I just keep close to my chest, and I think, well, that's just between me and my partner, or between me and my kids, or, you know, my family. So you don't have to share everything, but I do believe that, you know, the top influencers do have that leading edge above big corporate brands, because they are so personable and relatable, and they show that they stuff up sometimes, or I'm having a bad hair day, or this is me with no makeup today, or, you know, like they just don't take themselves so seriously. And I think you just got to have fun with it. And when you have fun and you're engaging and energetic on camera, then that will attract people to want to come back and hang out with you as well.
Yes, I totally agree. And the thing is, there's going to be people that love you and people that hate you no matter what you do. So the important thing is to believe in yourself, to trust yourself, to have faith in yourself, because your X factor is your story. You have some genius to share, even if you don't think you do. Okay, be careful of that monkey chatter that can come in sometimes, and, you know, the imposter syndrome that says, who are you to speak up? Well, who are you not to speak up, right? Dana's got a great question here. What apps can help when you are starting up? Good question, Dana.
What apps? Well, we're using Streamyard tonight. That is the chosen software that Aldwyn has chosen. I know that puts captions on the video as it's going out to Facebook, and it's, you know, very user friendly. There's a lot of other software programs you can try, such as Be Live TV. You can use Zoom. You can use the Facebook Live app. What other ones do you know of, Aldwyn, that are that you've tried?
There's one called Lightstream. There's OBS Studio. You can use Restream. Look, there's literally millions of, well, okay, not millions maybe, but, you know, I spent months researching different live stream platforms, and I tell you what, you can absolutely do your head in researching different apps. Right now, I chose Streamyard because it's simple to use. It's easy. You don't have the flexibility of some of the platforms. I love the fact with Streamyard. Now I've got an upgraded account, so I stream to 3 different places at once right now. I'm streaming to my Facebook profile, Aldwyn Altuney. I'm streaming to my Facebook page, Aldwyn Altuney Media Queen, and Media Queen TV on YouTube. Now, if you upgrade again with Streamyard to the top level, you can go to 8 different platforms at once. I don't feel I need to do that right now, so I'm going to 3. It's about $240 a year or something I paid for it. If you're interested, I can get you an affiliate link with $10 US off the upgrade. Just start with the free plan. The free plan, you have the Streamyard logo on it, and you can only stream to 1 platform, so it is a bit limited with Streamyard. But, you know, a lot of people use Facebook Lives. I find the new Facebook Live platform, I find it really clunky, and sometimes it doesn't work so well. And sometimes I find with Zoom, you can only stream to either Facebook or to YouTube. So with Zoom, sometimes Zoom and Facebook don't communicate so well, right? And so sometimes I've battled a bit when we were doing our mass media tribe events, and we've been streaming, wanting to stream to Facebook, and it you know, when you get that the circle of death that comes up and just keeps circling and circling, and it's not connecting. So with one of our events recently, we went straight to YouTube instead of going to Facebook. So sometimes, you know, you can get errors with different platforms, and the thing is just to start with something. Just have a go. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the technology not being perfect. There's times, of course, technology will fail you, and you're either going to sulk and go, it's all too hard, or you just have a go anyway and don't worry about it, right? So just try some different platforms, see what works for you. I do recommend Streamyard. I think it's very easy to use, and you can have up to 10 guests on there. So we did our animal action night for dogs recently on the 10th of October. We did a 5-hour live stream using Streamyard, and I had 15 plus performers and speakers in the green room, and we can have private conversations in the back of Streamyard with just the presenters that no one else sees as well. And you can add your logo, you can add a whole lot of things. So I love Streamyard, I must say. I'm a bit of a raving fan. Melissa, on the other hand, you weren't so happy about Streamyard, were you, Melissa, today?
Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad today, but I just find the quality of the picture was better using Zoom. So
Right.
It just depends on your PC or whatever computer you're using and what webcam you have. So how many videos have you seen where people have turned the Facebook Live on, or you know, they're doing a Zoom and they're going, oh yeah, oh we're live. Or they'll drop the camera. Like, we've all done it. Like, I've done
Yes.
it on my personal profile, I've done it on my business page, and it's just like, whoops, well, you know, I'm only human.
Yes.
It's a learning curve, and you've just got to go with it. Or what I suggest to my clients now is to create a test Facebook page and a test Facebook group, and start doing your live videos in there and trialing the different softwares, getting to know them and get used to them, and then when you're ready to go on your, you know, pages and groups, you can.
Yes, brilliant. Actually, I will pop the Streamyard link into the chat after this. So for anyone who's interested in trying Streamyard out, I do recommend have a look at that. But, you know, just start with Facebook Lives. You know, I actually find Facebook Live a lot easier to use off my phone than I do off a computer. So it does vary too, depending on the technology you're using. And, you know, at the moment we're in Mercury retrograde. So for anyone who knows about astrology, right now up until about November 3, things can go haywire with technology at any time. So now's a great time to back up your content and just expect the unexpected when it comes to technology. And, you know, that's part of being in business, and part of, you know, using technology nowadays is there will be challenges. And at the same time, it's fantastic. We can reach so many people now with our messages through video like never before. It is so great that we can live stream to multiple platforms, and we can, you know, we can get content out and just do it, you know, and even do video calls. I think it's fantastic. Things like Messenger video calls or Skype, you know, you can actually see someone when you chat to them now. My goodness, who would have ever thought in the days of, you know, before mobile phones, that we could even see people and talk to them at the same time.
Exactly. That's another great tip too, to just do more video calls, whether that's with your kid or your partner or your girlfriends or your parents, just to do the FaceTime. Just get used to your own voice and seeing yourself on camera. Then you're not going to freak out, you know, so much. It just, yeah, you just get over yourself. But I was going to say, learning different platforms, as well as knowing how to go live on your phone as well as your PC, because you need a backup. I mean, I had 2 weeks in a row where my show was not connecting on Facebook. Now, people are expecting the visibility show at 12 o'clock on a Saturday, Sydney, Australia time, on Spiritual Events Directory, where I do my show. Now, it didn't want to link up, but I had to follow through. I can't not do it. So I just grabbed my mobile phone and just did my show on that. Now, it didn't have my branding, but that's not what's important. What's important is I show up. And other people say, oh, I've got terrible internet, it's not fast enough for me. Find somewhere you can go once a week. Your show doesn't have to go for an hour. You can do anything from, say, a 5-minute, I'd say at least 10 minutes, minimum 10 minutes, right? Because it takes 10 minutes for Facebook to notify people that you're going live. But if you do your marketing properly, you will schedule you know, marketing out in advance, like Aldwyn's done all over the place today, saying that we're going to be live at 8 p.m. tonight. And yeah, like just go and find somewhere else where you can go and do your show if you've got kids running around. I remember one lady in the 30-day challenge, and she's like, I'm in my wardrobe and I'm hiding from the kids, because she had 5 kids. It's the only place I can go. I have to talk quietly, otherwise if they find me, they'll start screaming and jumping all over me. It was hilarious. I thought that was the best show ever. Kids and businesses.
Hopefully she eventually came out of the closet, hopefully. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. And that's actually another great point, Melissa, is that, joining in some of these amazing online challenges that are going. Your 30-day challenge is brilliant. And you always say to people, keep it really short, right? Don't do long video. You say keep it really short with your 30-day challenge. And same with the Global Good News Challenge. Most people do them in about 3 minutes. Share your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. Now, your 30-day challenge, can you let us know a little bit more about that format over the 30 days, what you cover?
Oh my gosh. All right. So we start with how to get over the fear of getting in front of the camera. In our first week, we always have I usually have sort of like a spiritual person that comes in that helps us to heal our throat chakra or activate our courage to be seen, or all those sorts of things that help maybe remove some of those blockages of those voices that say, who are you to speak up, and who's going to care what you've got to say, all of those things, that are voices in our head. We talk about what equipment you need to get started. We talk about what to wear on camera. See, I always wear pink because pink is the heart chakra, and it helps with communication, right? So it's love. So I always like to wear love. I talk about how to position yourself on camera. So, framing yourself in the camera. I talk about what else? I've got a whole list, 30 of them.
About technology, music. I know you have royalty-free music you cover in one of them.
Royalty-free music. What editing your video? So I don't teach you how to edit your video, because that's a whole nother learning curve. But what sort of editing softwares you can use? How long should your videos be? What types of videos you can do? How do you come up with content? Like, you can come up with content for 12 months and get it done in 2 hours, honestly. What else? How to be more, like, how to have more energy on camera, because the video really dumbs you down. And so if you think you're looking, energetic on camera, you're probably not. So you have to, up it. How to get in state before you come onto camera. That's so important to come out of the head and into the heart.
Yes.
See, I'm saying lots of so I'd get lots of crosses at Toastmasters.
Yes. You'd be on the naughty list now.
I should know it by heart. I've been running the 30-day challenge for 6 years in February next year.
Wow.
So,
that's
amazing.
How
to I don't know, collaborate, how to grow your audience, how to get more views on your videos, how to leverage one video, all those sorts of things, where to put the videos, the 5 must-have videos, your homepage of your website, your About Me page on your website, your testimonials, your featured video on your Facebook page, your trailer video on your YouTube channel, featured video on LinkedIn, all those sorts of things. Yeah, lots of things.
Yeah, amazing. There is so much in it. It's fantastic to do. And I know a few people have done your 30-day challenge and they've loved it. And they've actually said to me, I did Melissa's 30-day challenge and now I have confidence in my message. Now, and that's the thing is, putting yourself out there and consistently showing up, looking at yourself. Actually, this is a great little tip. Look at yourself in the mirror, look deep into your own eyes and say, I love you. I truly, truly love you. And, that takes something, right? Like loving yourself. We're not taught to love ourselves as human beings. We've been, put down, told where to go, what to do from a very young age. People are suppressed often growing up in life. And it's time that we reclaimed our power as human beings, particularly now with all this COVID fiasco going on, right? With the current pandemic, whatever you think about it, and look up the pandemic documentary that was banned off YouTube and certain video channels as well, because we have fact checkers now. Anyway, that's a whole other story. We won't go there. However, all I'm saying is it's very important to be conscious to the information that you're putting out, to be conscious of your own magnificence so that you do step up and share your message, because you are unique, and it's important to fill up your own cup first so you can help others with the overflow. So if you have that love in yourself and you know that you are here for a reason and you have something to share, then you are doing the world a disservice by not sharing. Okay, so you know, Melissa and I both, we're such a big stand for people stepping up with their message, and it feels amazing when you hear those comments, Melissa, that people say you've inspired them to step up, and you know, by them stepping up, they've now impacted another life and another life, and the ripple effect of that, you know, by people stepping up and sharing their magnificence and sharing tips for the day, or sharing what you're grateful for, you know, lifting the energy out there. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all your ducks in a row. You don't have to have your website ready and all of that stuff, right? Too many people stop themselves because of that monkey chatter, that self-sabotage that can happen. And it's important to be conscious of it, so that, you know, once you're conscious of it, you don't let that control you subconsciously, right? So actually overcoming your own fears is a really, really, really big one when it comes to putting yourself out there. So what other tips, Melissa, have you got? I'm sure there's so many. What are some of your other hot tips about how people can start their own web TV show and where to go? Say they've had a business for a while, they have no idea what sort of content to start with, or, you know, can we talk a little bit about that? What sort of content could they come up with? How would they go about even starting with that?
Well, I always say your first episode should be really you sharing your story and your why. Why are you even doing a web TV show? What's led you to this point in time? Because that will make you relatable, and that's how we connect to people, through stories, and how we remember you as well. Write a list of all the things that you can teach, and you'll be surprised that you do know quite a lot, you know, and that will give you the confidence, because most people come unstuck just going, oh, I just don't know what to say. So if you at least start with that, and just, write that list. And as I said, you can go to industry publications if you're not sure. One website, answerthepublic.com. You can go in and ask a question there, or put in your keywords or key phrases, and it gives you this big spider web of content. And you can go and look at top influencers and bloggers and articles and books and who's speaking on that topic, and like unlimited content. You should be asking, and this is really, really important if you want to be relevant and you want people to seek out your opinion, is to constantly be asking, what is your biggest challenge with the expertise that you share? So yours would be, what is your question in getting into the media? You know, so that's not what is your biggest challenge, but it could be, what questions you have about how you can get in the media, or how to get, you have a webinar, how to get $100,000. Is it $1 million worth of free publicity, or 100,000?
How to gain over $1 million worth of free publicity. So it could be answering questions such as, you know, how do I deal with a journalist asking a tricky question, or how do I get my story across without looking strange on camera, or, you know, how do I overcome my fear in putting myself out there? What do I do if my website's not ready? You know, a million different questions. And so answerthepublic.com is a great tip there, Melissa, places to look to get content ideas.
So you can do a web TV show. Think of Marie Forleo, Q&A Tuesday, the place to be, Marie TV, right? So This is how she built her loyal, trusted following, became a global brand, and then she launched B School. So a lot of people will go out there and create a course and think, oh, I've got an online course, I'm going to be a millionaire, but nobody knows who they are and they don't have that following. So the other thing is don't just put out your web TV show on your page. You need to collaborate with other people. The visibility show, for instance, is over on the Spiritual Events Directory listing, because I mentored Sarah to set up her platform She's got over 20 shows that are currently on her platform every single week. And lost my train of thought then. What was I saying?
You talk about Marie TV and putting yourself out there. And
Yeah, so use other people's platforms that already have your audience. So I also have my Facebook page, Mums in Business Australia. We're looking currently for our next panel of experts to come on board and do a weekly segment of their show. Now, you don't have to do a video for my page and then another one for your page. As Aldwyn shared before, you can go live on multiple pages at the same time. So, find someone who's got your audience already and don't be afraid to ask them. I mean, we are screaming out for quality content, like $50 billion or something is pulled from traditional advertising, and they're looking for quality content. Here we are saying you don't need quality video. You will get to that. You will get to a point where you can upgrade and buy more equipment. And when you get to that stage and you're getting the views, you can monetize your TV show through either Facebook advertising, or you can get, other small businesses on board. I often give Nat Cosmetics a little shout out. Jennifer Hines on the Gold Coast has developed natural Australian skincare, mineral makeup, beautiful products. So, you can do product placements or do sponsorships for your show. There's many different ways where you can monetize your show as well. So
yes, that's a great tip as well. Absolutely. And, where they say a photo is worth 1,000 words, video is worth 1,000,000 words, and you only need to know 10% more than someone else to be able to teach something. Okay, so you probably find that you give people tips about whatever it is you do all the time. You just haven't maybe thought about putting it into a video. Now, another great tip if you're struggling with content is do some short videos up to 3 minutes. If you're going to do professional videos, do 10 frequently asked questions and do 10 should ask questions. So FAQs and SAQs. Now, I first learned this from a guy called Mike Koenigs in the US. So basically, you just write down what are 10 frequently asked questions that your clients have of you, and what are 10 questions that they should ask you, and then do short 3-minute videos. Now, 3-minute videos are good for business content, particularly if you're putting it on LinkedIn, because business people have very short attention spans and they're busy, etc. However, with live streaming now, Melissa, it's better to actually do longer ones, because now Facebook TV, Instagram TV, they want longer content, right? So can you talk a bit about your experience with that, Melissa, and what you find with longer content with Facebook Lives?
Yeah, like the truth is 60% of the population are visual learners. So yes, you will hear people say, I don't watch videos, I can't stand them. But there's people who will watch them. And in fact, if I'm sitting there watching something and I'm learning, then yes, I'll definitely watch it till the end. As you said, if we've got structure in it, we're giving valuable tips, you will be able to do the longer videos. I think it's when, look, some people say, oh, I can't stand videos where they just waffle. Can you just get to the point, share the tip, and then get off? Nobody is, holding them down and making them watch it. And if that style of content is not does not suit them, that's okay. They can go and follow someone else. But the truth is, I know that Facebook, if they didn't want us to do 1-hour lives or longer live streams, look at where we are now with COVID. There's going to be more and more online events than ever before. So 2 years ago, I did International Women's Day Summit, which I hosted and interviewed 44 speakers in 5 different countries, and that went over 2 days. We got 35,000 views with organic marketing, no paid leads. And that was when we didn't even really know what we're doing. We just trial and error. It's all in the power of the finger and the sharing and the commenting and the, all that sort of stuff. So I think moving forward, there will definitely be more and more online events for all of us to step up. And that's why you should come along to the Speakers Tribe meetups that we're coming online, learn amazing tips from other speakers, and our founder of the Speakers Institute, Sam Cawthorne, who gives amazing content, and just get confident in getting in front of the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's really, really crucial. And, you know, it's so important just to share from the heart. Whatever it is you're doing, share from the heart. And there is an abundance of opportunity out there, right? So people are going to be drawn to you because they like you, they like, know, trust you. And also now with so many online scammers out there, people want to see video content. People are going to Google you if they're going to think about doing business with you. Now, if they see multiple videos of you online, they're going to know that you're not a fake, right? It's amazing. People message me. They say, "You fake." No, I'm definitely not fake. Just Google me. You'll see me everywhere. But it's interesting. A lot of people are really stressed about dealing with scam artists. And it's because so many people have been ripped off in the online space. So if you're in business, it's crucial to have video out there. And more than that too, you're actually leaving a legacy with every single video that you do. I've had 4 friends that have taken their own life by the age of 45. I've had depression myself. Now, those 4 friends that have taken their own lives, there was no video content of them anywhere, right? It was just a few photos that we had to remember them. So, the thing is, every time you have an interview online or you're doing anything with video, you are leaving a legacy for yourself, for your family. You can inspire others with what you do. And thank you so much for the beautiful comments coming through and the thank yous from, Karen, Claudine, Neil's just hopped on, Sandra. Thank you so much for your comments, and please keep them coming. If you have any questions for Melissa while we're here, we can share those. And this is Neil saying, "Hi, ladies." See, Neil's one of our Speakers Tribe Queensland guys. "I've been listening to your understandings and experiences." Excellent, Neil. Thank you so much. And Neil was just on the Business Owners Smashing It Online event earlier with Julie Mason speaking, and I hopped off early to hop on this interview. And great to see you, Neil. Thanks so much for joining us. So that's right. Like, share, comment. These are things takes you 2 seconds to do. Share. Where are you from? Do you have a web TV show idea, or do you have a YouTube channel that you have currently? And if you do, please pop the links in so we can support you and subscribe to your channels, and subscribe to Media Queen TV if you haven't already. What's your channel called, Melissa, on YouTube?
Melissa Groom, The Visibility Show, and I've also got Empowered Mums TV.
There you go. Excellent. So please support each other. We're really big on that with all the mass media tribe events we do. We're very big on supporting each other. So please share the love if you like what you've seen here. And if you have any questions, please pop them into the chat there. All right, Melissa, what other top tips have you got? I know you've probably got a million tips. So what are some other top ones we can share today on how to become a top influencer with your own web TV show?
Well, I'd probably say an important one is to get a mentor, because you can either try and do it on your own and get overwhelmed with all the techie stuff and trying to put the systems and processes in place, which I have a whole program with videos, workbooks, step-by-step processes, but I don't sell my program on its own. All of my clients come in to work with me in the Videopreneur School, either one-on-one or in our group mentoring, which we hold every Wednesday at 9 a.m. And that's so that, you've got something to keep you focused and keep you moving forward, and someone who's done it before, and you can ask questions and looking at other people and seeing what they're doing, because every show's different. No one size fits all. So I have a client that came in, Kay Hamilton. She works with people to activate their courage. Now, she also, is an essential oils consultant. So she's like, well, how long will my show be? And what things can I put in my show? I mean, gosh, what would I talk about for half an hour that's not going to totally bore people to tears, So I said, well, let's break it down into a structure, because people like to have some consistency with your brand, but it's good to always sometimes have an element of surprise and delight, where you do something new that you don't normally do, so they don't get bored with you. But with Kay, she comes on and she may do like a bit of a weekly reading, have a meditation, talk about one of the oils of the week, and then she may pull some oils and do some free readings. So you'll put your name down in the comments, so that helps with the algorithm, and say, yes, I'd like a free reading, and then she will intuitively tune into an oil that you need, and she'll pick one for Aldwyn and say, oh, Aldwyn, you need serenity. And so then this, and this, and I don't know why that came to me, Aldwyn, but
said with love, of course, said with love. Yes, I do tend to go. Years of working in the media, adrenaline, go. So yes, I have learned to meditate lately, believe it or not, Melissa.
yeah.
Serenity.
So with that, she puts her show out for half an hour. She is also on the spiritual events directory every week, but she also has her own show on a Tuesday. And then now she's told me she's been asked to do her show inside some people's Facebook groups that have her target market and a big following. So, you know, it's so exciting, the opportunities that are out there for you, but you've got to put yourself out there first to be seen and to show people that you're serious and that you'll consistently be showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, Melissa, with some of your clients, you know, that have done the 30-day challenge or have worked with you, they've had some amazing results, haven't they? So could you just share just one or two of your success stories, some of your clients?
Yeah. So Miranda Powell, she was one of my first clients. She won the very first 30-day video challenge back in February 2015. And Miranda does 2 live videos every week. She's a spiritual teacher and mentor, and she's fully booked. She has a waiting list of people wanting to work with her, go on her retreats. She's been consistent over the last 5.5 years, from never have done a video before she came into my challenge to now. If you look at her page, she's got about 5.5, nearly 6,000 followers, but the comments, you know, on all her live videos, hundreds and hundreds. But she's very conversational. She'll say, "How are you going? Good to see you, Aldwyn," and she'll call out your name. And some people say, "I hate that when people do that on live videos because it wastes my time. I just want you to get to the point." But you have to acknowledge the people that have given up their time. And I apologise if I haven't acknowledged you tonight because Aldwyn's got the comments there on Streamyard. And thank you for tuning in, by the way. So, yeah, you've got to thank people for that sort of thing. Anne Alexson, another spiritual Australia's leading channel. She's got Australia's mystery school for women, and, you know, she's developed her online programs and a massive community online. So I don't just work with spiritual teachers and healers, by the way, but for some reason, Spirit does bring them to me, and I believe it's because they're light workers, and my soul's purpose is to bring those light workers out to the world to share their soul's purpose and to light up the world with more love and light.
Absolutely. And we actually have a few clients where we share clients as well, Melissa, where some clients come to me for the free publicity. They come to you to get visible with online TV shows, etc. And it's fantastic, you know.
Go see Aldwyn.
Yeah.
You've got the media skills and the background and the connections that I don't necessarily have. So
Yeah. So we do similar things but different. Similar things but different. And you know, and some people work with both of us. You know, why limit yourself to one mentor? You know, people will work with you because they want to work with you. My focus is on getting free publicity. It's more on the, you know, TV, radio, print. We do online work as well. Online TV shows are not my specialty, which is why we have you here. You're the web TV show expert, and you've done so much in that field, and I really do love your 30-day challenge. I think it's brilliant. I think people would love to have a look at that. So where do they go if they want to get onto this 30-day challenge or work with you, Melissa?
Yeah, so they just head to my Facebook page, Melissa Groom, the Visibility Mentor, and there's an events tab there. I've got the next 30-day video challenge coming up on the 16th of November, which will take us up until just before Christmas. But yeah, it's a great time to just get started now. Don't wait until January, February and think, I'll start a new skill set, you know, then, because you can practice over the Christmas holidays, even if you've got kids and family around, or you're on holidays, you know. You don't have to be in a working mode to be doing videos. You could just be thinking, well, I'm just going to sit here with the kids and have a chat to them in the school holidays. And, you know, it's amazing what kids open up to and share with you when you know, sit down with them and have that conversation. So don't look at it like, oh my God, it's another thing I've got to add to everything else I'm doing. Because what I want you to realize is it's the most cost-effective medium that you can be using in your business. Yes, it takes time to learn and implement, but think about where are you spending money where you can actually conserve money by actually learning this tool, because a video on Facebook has a lifespan of up to 4 years. So just think about your return on. A lot of people say, what's my return on my investment? Well, look, if you never ever give any call to action or tell people where they can connect with you, then you're probably putting out amazing content, but actually not converting and not actually getting any leads or sales or anything like that. So, for instance, if anyone would like a free gift on, 30 topics so that you're never going to get stuck on what to say on video, just head over to my Facebook page, Melissa Groom, the Visibility Mentor, and type in Get Started, and I'll send it straight to you. So there are little things that you can do to start building your following and building your list or building your community.
Yeah, exactly. And it only takes a few minutes. Like, it takes a few minutes to brush your teeth every day. If you don't have a few minutes to brush your teeth, you're going to end up possibly losing your teeth. Well, it's the same thing. If you don't spend a few minutes a day or a few minutes here and there doing video, you could potentially be losing business as well. So it's very important to put yourself out there and to take on the challenge. And if you feel a little bit of nerves and excitement, that's a great thing, because it shows you're growing, right? So welcome the challenge, welcome the excitement and the butterflies in the tummy. It's all perfect. The most experienced speakers get nervous at times. So don't worry about that. You just keep on keeping on. You keep sharing your truth, sharing your light, sharing your love with the world, and you will lift your own energy up, and you will lift the energy of those around you. Now, if you have any questions, those who are watching this live, thank you so much for joining us. Any questions, just pop them in quickly. Now, we are about to wrap up. Any final words, Melissa, that you would like to share, or any final tips while we see if there's any questions coming in? To just pop into the comments wherever you're watching this, Facebook or YouTube. Pop into the comments any questions or comments, some ahas perhaps from today, and we'll share those. Over to you, Melissa.
I guess to just think about your branding and your online presence, because we can do a video just with a white wall behind us, but little things like getting a green screen and just putting up, this is just a video thumbnail that I created in Canva for free, and then downloaded, put it up in Streamyard, or you can put it up in Zoom, and just put a little bit of branding behind you to, just up level a little bit, and just give it a go. What have you got to lose? A lot of people are just so worried about what other people think of them, and I love that quote, that what other people think of you is none of your business. I actually really
Yes, I love that too. And I often say, be the change you want to see in the world. And if you're sick of what's out there currently with all the negative news, you want to share some more positive news, you will attract more people to you. If you share gratitude, you will attract more opportunities. There is a whole world of quantum operating within and around us all the time. And it's a choice in every moment. Are you going to focus on what you want, or are you going to dwell on what you don't want? And did you know, Melissa, I'm shocked by this stat. I did some research the other day. We have between 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. 80% for most human beings are negative thoughts, and 95% are repeat thoughts that we have had either the previous day or previously. So knowing that now, you can choose consciously to have more positive thoughts and to focus on what you do want, and to start acting and behaving in a different way so that you will attract different results for yourself. So very important. And you have a shine bright that you say as well, Melissa. We both do a shine bright as well. Would you like to share your shine bright?
Shine bright, the world needs you.
Beautiful. And I say shine bright.
That's it, wasn't it? We both say the same thing.
We both say shine. And I say shine bright and light up all those around you. So very similar thoughts as well. Melissa, it's amazing. You're both about the same age and so many similar experiences. We're both rebels as well as teenagers. We went through probably similar kinds of music back then. And we're all good now. We've sorted our issues out. We're yeah. It's all perfect. You know, the roller coaster ride of life. Embrace all the ups and downs. Enjoy every precious moment in life. Melissa, it's been such a pleasure interviewing you today. It looks like we've answered everyone's questions because no questions coming up. Any comments if you're watching this live or after the live? We'd love to hear from you. What did you think of today's show? What did you get out of it? What new actions are you taking on board from here today? Love to hear from you. Connect with Melissa if you want to do the 30-day challenge with her. Any final words, Melissa?
Just do it. Just get out there and do it.
Take action, and we will see you around the traps. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do subscribe at Media Queen TV if you haven't already. Thank you, Neil. Catch up again. Streamyard allows you to put your comments up on the screen. There it is. Thanks. Catch up again soon. Absolutely, Neil. We will be doing that. And also, I will suggest that in these current times, due to the fact checkers and the censorship that has been happening on Facebook and YouTube, I do suggest you back up to your YouTube videos to something called library.tv, which is spelled LBRY.TV. Back up your YouTube videos. You can set it up to back up all your YouTube videos automatically to LBRY.TV, which is an uncensored platform, as is BitChute. BitChute, check that out as well, BitChute. There's many alternative video platforms out there where you can share your videos as well, of course, Vimeo and lots of other ones. However, you know, be aware if you're putting controversial content out, you may get censored. So make sure you have a backup plan, back up your videos in various places, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Stay tuned. Thank you, Sandra. Thanks, Melissa and Aldwyn. Sandra saying thank you so much for joining us. Sandra's a Norwex lady. We're having a Norwex party at my place soon, actually. So
a quick shout out for the Speakers Tribe monthly meetups.
Yes, that's right. Melissa is emceeing the next event, and we do it on the second Tuesday of every month. Our Speakers Tribe Queensland event is currently on Zoom monthly, and our next one will be on November 10. Okay, it's going to be 6:30 till 8 p.m. Queensland time. That's 7:30 till 9 p.m. Sydney time, or AEDT time. AST will be 6:30 till 8 p.m. So you'll be able to catch Melissa and I live on the Zoom. We have people that join us from all over the world with these live Zoom events. We've got some amazing speakers. Melissa, who have we got coming up for next month? Who are our speakers?
We've got Pushpa Vayela, who is a self-mastery leadership mentor. And we've also got Karen Chapman. And I'm not 100% sure what the topic is, sorry, off the top of my head, but it is in the Speakers Tribe Queensland group.
Beautiful. So please connect with us there, Speakers Tribe Queensland. You can come along for free initially, and if you like it, then you can join Speakers Tribe. It's a worldwide organisation now with Speakers Tribe events happening in India and all over the place and all over Australia. And it's $120 US, I believe, to join Speakers Tribe now annually. And it's an amazing group of people by the tribe, for the tribe, great inspiration. And you can share your message and learn a bit more around public speaking and actually build your confidence there as well, because we do allow people to share a little bit about themselves when they come onto the Speakers Tribe event. So another great opportunity to share yourself and share your message. Thank you so much once again for joining us. Thank you, Melissa. You're amazing. Love your work. Keep up the amazing work. And please, if you like what you've seen, reach out, connect with Melissa, connect with our other amazing people here. Pop your YouTube links, etc., in the chat where we can connect with you, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.